Hey guys, how are we going today? Hope you're all having a lovely day. It has been a really long day for me today and I absolutely have been waiting to film this video for just so long. It's not funny. I have been waiting on this order for so long and I've just been absolutely dying for it to get here, and it finally arrived today. It actually arrived while I was working, but lucky I managed to get up and, answer the door. I'm so happy that it's finally here, and it's been the one thing that I've been hanging out for all day is to sit down and open this up. Now I have a very special box here that has arrived, and I have already opened it just to double check and make sure everything was in here, but I wanted to go through my Colourpop order. It's been so long since I placed a Colourpop order. It would have to have been last year, so it was before I started my no buy, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love Colourpop. I don't think I've ever gotten anything from them that I didn't like. So let's jump in. We'll go through everything. And this is a very, very special order for me. I'm going to go through, some of the things. I'm not going to show you what's in the box and what it looks like. Well, I will. I'm just going to cover part of it, because if I show you some of the things that are in here, you'll know what's special. So I've bought, quite a few things in there. Few things I've been wanting to try for a little while, a few things that I was never really interested in, and I noticed they were having a bit of a sale, so I'm like, may as well just give it a go. And there's other things that I've been dying to try for ever. So the things that I've been wanting to try for a little while and I picked up are the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer and the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer. And my lighting is crappy, as it usually is. I'm probably never ever going to get this right. So yeah, I'm really happy to have finally gotten these. The concealer has a sticker over the top, so I'm going to have to open it from the bottom. I'm pretty sure I managed to match the right shade, so I'll definitely be wanting to give this a go. I figured because I already have a concealer in my project pan that I'm fairly certain is nearly empty, that I have two in my drawer at the moment that I'm not particularly too fond of, so they'll be the ones I'm trying to get through next. But I wanted to at least get one that I think I will, be really happy with, and I think that it's going to work out for me. So I figured, why not chuck this in while I'm doing the order, and we'll see how it goes. And the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer, I did get this one because some days I don't want to do a full face of makeup. I don't want to, foundation, concealer, powder, everything on top. Sometimes I just like something really light. And I have been using my W7 Genius Featherlight foundations. These are pretty runny. I wouldn't really consider them to be a foundation, but they're more than a tinted moisturizer. And sometimes, a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream is just what I need. So I figured I'll get this one, give it a go. I'm pretty sure I matched my shade right. So this is in the shade 8N. I'm just trying to think. I did order a Revolution foundation that I've always been pretty spot on with their foundations, but this one I think I matched too light. Like, it's a shade too light for me. So I figured I would give this one a go. I'm pretty sure that's going to be really good for in summer. It does look a little yellow though, but maybe that's just the camera. On my hand it's not showing up as that yellow, but just 1 second. Grab tissue and wipe my finger on it. Let's try the concealer and see how that goes. So this is in the shade Light 40N. Oh my god, this lighting today is terrible. It always seems to be depending on whatever the light is like outside, even though I have my blinds and my curtains shut. So there we go. I'm pretty sure that that is a good match. Let's try it against the one that I'm using at the moment. Yeah, awesome. Perfect. So I do find that the Mary Kay one that I'm using at the moment is sometimes a bit light, and I can really only use it to brighten my under eye. I can't use it on the rest of my face because it's too dark, but I think that this one will be spot on. So really, really happy with those. I'm going to just stick them out of the way. The next two that I got were actually on sale, and I haven't tried anything like this from Colourpop before. I was tempted to grab more of them because they had a pack of I think 5 or 6 for a fairly discounted price. I think they were maybe 25% off, maybe more than that, I'm not sure. But anyway, I got the Soul Body Glow Oil in the shade Rosé and the Shimmering Dry Oil in the shade Rainbow Glow. There were a couple of other glow oils that I wanted, and there were quite a few of the other shimmering dry oils that I wanted. I'm pretty sure it was this one that I wanted the most in, you know, a few different colors. They had a champagne one and there was a pinky one. The set had a whole bunch of different colors, but I figured I didn't know what the formula was like, and I didn't want to buy a whole heap of them and end up not liking it. Let me see if I've got the picking list that was in here doesn't have the prices on it, so I can't let you know what I ended up actually paying for them. Oh my god, that is so pretty. It does look like it settles a little bit. Let me see if I can turn that lighting down even further. I don't know if you can see the gap in here, like right here. There's a line just here and going down where it looks like the shimmering stuff in it has settled. And you can definitely see it mixing in there. But that's alright, you know, just standard stuff that you would normally have to do anyway. Whoop, too much. Yeah, maybe that'll do. Can't be bothered. But it's just, it's beautiful. I love how shimmery and sparkly it is, and I don't even know why I'm holding it up like that when you can't see it. But yeah, absolutely love that. We'll definitely be giving that one a go now that the weather is warming up. And oh, she is pretty. How beautiful is that? I love it, I love it, I love it. That's gorgeous. I don't think this one is the same. It does have some small glittery particles in it, but it does look like it's fairly well mixed. It doesn't appear to have any sediment or be separating at all, but that might just be what I can see through the bottle. Either way, I'll definitely know to make sure to give both of them a really good shake before I use them, but I'm so happy I got those. These are in the travel size, so it's 0.92 fluid ounces or 26 mils. If I like them and if I'm happy with the formula, I may end up picking up some in different colors in my next orders. And that's it, aside from a couple of other bits and pieces. So those are the main things that I was on the website looking at. And while I was there, I figured I may as well just throw in a BYO palette. So I have wanted to do a BYO palette for so long, but they are usually always out of stock of about half of the colors that I want. And I've had heaps added to my wish list for so long. There's probably enough to make, you know, a little palette like this and one of the big ones. But all the colours that I want are always going in and out of stock. So while they were having the bit of a sale, I figured I may as well get in and see, you know, what I can do about picking up some of the colours that I've been just wanting forever before they actually go out of stock and before they're discontinued. That's one other thing I've noticed, because I've been, you know, planning on doing this for a couple of years now. I'm going to move this box now because the bubble wrap's annoying me. I've been wanting to do one of these for so long now that, you know, every now and then I'll add more colours into my wish list and other ones just get discontinued. So I figured I may as well get the ones that are there. There was enough to make a 12 pan palette. Oh my god, that is so gorgeous. I know you can't see it online, but there's actually glitter like embedded into the flowers and gold embedded in these red flowers here. And there's actually gold spots in the middle of all of the letters. It's just so gorgeous. And look, the glitter on all of the butterflies' wings as well. I know you can see the glitter mainly in this part here, but that is so beautiful. And it's on the back as well. All of the edging on all of the flowers is glittery. That is so beautiful. So, yeah, I figured I may as well make a 12 pan palette while I was there. And then the next time when they release new singles and they bring more of the singles back into stock, then I can do a bigger 24 pan palette then, or I might be able to add in a couple of cheek ones. So I picked up quite a few of the ones that have been on my wish list forever. I'll just quickly go through. So I got the shade 20 something, Chic Happens, Paradiso. I've loved this one for so long it's not funny. Same with Solstice for the Mostess. Gridlock, Starchild. Now I know this one is pretty similar to Solstice with the Mostess as well, but this one has some, I think it's blue glitter in it, and this one is more of a metallic. What's that shade? Chauffeur. Oh, that one. So those, where is it? So Paradiso, Chauffeur and Solstice with the Mostess, they're my absolute three favourites that I have been wanting for so long. They're just beautiful. I've added in Silver Lining, The Most, Monarch. That's really gorgeous too. Centerfold and Anthem. So I will be back in a second. I'm going to try and arrange these in the palette and see what kind of a palette I can come up with. Okay, and I'm back. I have done it. I have kind of organized them all as a little palette there. And I know it probably doesn't look that good and that cohesive here, but the way I've kind of done it in my mind, and it's really not picking up the beautiful colors on camera. I'm going to try and maybe take a video tomorrow and you know, pop it in at the end of how beautiful these are. But I kind of wanted to have all of the lighter ones up the top. So even though this one is not quite a matte, but it's not quite, you know, a shimmery or metallic either, I've popped it over this side, and then I've got my two mattes down here, and this one. I only gotten 3 mattes. The rest are all either, you know, shimmers or metallics. So I wanted to have, you know, the lighter ones up the top, the more neutrally ones over this side. I definitely wanted all the 3 pinks, you know, pinky purple ones next to each other. I really love that, you know, this peachy orangey color and the pink, they just pop next to each other. And the same, these three down here are more, you know, goldy colours. This one's definitely more of a yellowy orange. And then you've got, you know, gold and then a bit of a bronzy colour down here. I've got, you know, the very pink here, the purpley one here, and then the deep plum here. If only it was a bigger kind of pan, I would have had, you know, all of these neutrally orangey, goldy ones kind of in a row. It's kind of always been my big plan to have, you know, a whole bunch of light shimmers up the top, you know, a row of the goldy orange ones, 3 or 4 greens, 3 or 4 blues, and then a whole bunch of just pinks and purples and a lot more browns in there as well. I think even with a 24 pan palette, I'll never be able to get that. I'll probably need, you know, at least the 24 and this as well, just to kind of break them up. But I know that green and this color here, what's the name of that? Chauffeur. They look really out of place there, but it works for what I've got in mind. You know, when I think about it, those two together make each other pop. These two make each other pop. These two here will pop next to each other. You know, that orange and that color, it works together. The orange and that color there will work together. The orange and this one here and even this one down here, they work together. It just looks a bit uncoordinated when you're thinking about it as, you know, a whole picture. You need to kind of go row by row and then color by color. And if I could have, I would probably have popped this one and this one here next to each other as well. So maybe it might be something, you know, I'll take these three out, move the whole lot over, and then figure out these two somewhere else. But at this stage, I think these 4 down here will really work together well as well. Well, pretty much these 6 here all together, you know, will work. I wish I could have found a few more of the other colors that I've been wanting forever, but they're just out of stock. So maybe one day, you know, if they do a restock, I'll be able to grab a few more then. Whether it's another 12 pan, whether it's a 24, I guess I'll just have to wait and see how things work out. So I'll try and get some better pictures tomorrow and then pop them in at the end here. But, you know, if you've got any questions, anything you'd like to say, please feel free to comment down below. Until then, I'll speak to you next time. So that is my palette. I'm going to